Just get more on this now from Martha Raddatz, Matthew Dowd. And Martha, let me begin with you on Rex Tillerson. Came well recommended from former Secretary of State James Baker, former Defense Secretary Robert Gates, Condi Rice, who worked for President George W. Bush. So what's the best case for Tillerson?
Well, he is a highly successful deal maker. He does know players around the world, not just in Russia. He certainly knows how to negotiate. Tillerson has said himself that the Russian government knows that when he says no, he means it. And if you want to shake things up around the world and inside the State Department itself with those career diplomats, Rex Tillerson can probably do that. And if Trump brings in John Bolton as Deputy Secretary of State, who has a very different view of the world than it seems Trump has, he will have a kind of good cop, bad cop working there with Tillerson and Bolton, and that can potentially work well. But I think we also have to point out, George, that we really don't know what Trump's grand strategy or foreign policy really is and where he wants to go with it.
We could find out at the confirmation hearings of Tillerson. He's also getting caught in a squeeze play. Questions from Republicans over those ties to Putin and Democrats on climate change.
Exactly. And that's another thing. We don't really know what Tillerson will do with that. He had business dealings that were affected by that before. He says he certainly believes in climate change. But Putin said they want a better relationship. And that is going to be tougher right now because of that and because of these hacking charges. Although so far Donald Trump says he doesn't believe that.
And on those hacking charges, Matthew Dowd, the real collision coming between Donald Trump, the president-elect, and Congress, including Republicans in Congress.
Well, it looks like what Donald Trump has united opposition on this whole issue, not only on, which is going to relate it, I think, to, as Martha said, to the cabinet pick, there's going to be vehement opposition. But on this issue, I mean, it goes to, does it delegitimize Donald Trump's presidency at the beginning of it? He already lost the popular vote, as we know, to Hillary Clinton. There's been questions related to the elections. And now you have this situation, which Donald Trump and his staff know is problematic for the integrity as he enters this office. So it's going to be a big problem. And Monday night, when the electors meet around the country, there's some question of how many will abandon him in the course of this.
And you know Rick Perry pretty well down there in Texas. What difference can he make at energy?
Yeah, I know Rick really well. I actually took his filing years ago when he ran as a Democrat, when I was working at the Democratic Party. I think the fascinating thing about this, Donald Trump is nominating Rick Perry, who wants to just basically disband the Energy Department. He's nominated somebody to be head of EPA that wants to get rid of regulations. He's nominated somebody as Secretary of Education that is against much of what the Secretary of Education wants to do. And he's nominated somebody as Health and Human Health, HEW, as somebody who wants to get rid of much of what they want to do. So he's got a cabinet he's put together that is against much of what each of those cabinet positions are supposed to be doing.
Okay, Matt and Martha, thanks very much.